Recording here. Whenever you want to make it clap for us, buddy, go ahead. Boom. Here we are, episode 185 of the No Hangover podcast. Obviously, Jacob's not here. Abner's joining me today. My dear friend Abner.
You know what?
Fuck, when was the last time you were on? It's been years. Because I think the last time we had you on was
A Jacob spot.
at the office, yeah.
I think it was a special episode.
Of
You
course.
brought everybody in.
No. We had an episode just. Oh yeah,
Yep.
100. That's right.
100. I thought so. I didn't want to say that.
Oh damn. So you've
wasn't
been on
sure.
twice technically then. And then we tried to do another one with Devontae, and that one just went to fucking shit. But anytime we ever want to do another one with Devontae, like I have this, so like what fucked up the last time was the audio. So
And you said it didn't record the whole thing either.
it didn't. So like I had to kind of makeshift. We had to makeshift like. So if we wanted to have more than one guest on, we had to put like two interfaces together and do all that shit, and it was a whole thing. And sometimes the audio would fall out, and it wasn't all that fucking great.
So now it's easier.
It's fuck ton easier. This thing,
That's new.
yeah, we've had it for like a couple months now, but it definitely makes things a lot easier. And you know, since you're a special guest, we'll bring you in with a round of applause. Yes. Yeah. Happy times. But yeah, it does. It has a whole bunch of fucking cool things like that. I also made one. Like you can pre-record shit. So like if we, I don't know, have a little catchphrase or whatever. You know how I do like the fucking. Oh
Yeah.
I did that, just kind of testing it out.
Yeah.
But I was on the phone, I think, with Jacob at the time, so
Yeah,
it was
he's
like,
talking in the background. This
yeah. So, but how you been, man? Fucking, lots of things have changed since the last time you've been on the No Hangover podcast.
Facts.
You got
How many years ago was that? 2 years ago that you did it? I don't think it was last year.
Let's double. No, it wasn't. Definitely wasn't last year. Let's double check. Let's go on the good old tube and find out. Damn, I'm gonna have to scroll. Oh. I'm gonna say, well, episode 100 was. That's 123. 103. Episode 100 was 2 years ago.
Damn,
So,
called it.
So yours was 2 years ago on, we uploaded it on, does this have a date? It was in May 16th of 2021.
Wow, pretty close.
So it's coming up on fucking 3 years.
Yep.
God damn, time fucking flies. Holy shit.
It's too long if we had not messed up that last one.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been that. Yeah, it would have been, but you know, shit happens. Oh, the notes are the fucking.
We recorded that last one in the end of last year.
The one with Devontae?
Yep.
At the end of last year?
It wasn't at the beginning of this year. I know that.
No. It was closer. I mean, yeah, I guess it was closer to the end of 2023, but damn, I want to say that was like during the summertime though, no?
If not then, right after. It wasn't before that.
I couldn't tell you. I wish I could. But
Well, we're going to get him back on here.
oh yeah, cuz I feel like that would be fun. Got to
Yeah.
break him out of his shell a little bit, but we take a few shots and he probably won't shut up, so that's a good thing.
We were good that day.
Yeah, I mean,
That
it
would've been a
was,
good video.
it was pretty good. But I do feel like usually like the second and third time that people come on, they're usually a little bit more comfortable because they're used to the, you know, talking to the mics. They're used to, you know, having the camera and all that shit.
Loosen up.
Exactly.
Nice.
I mean, it was the same. It was the same for us when we started. And like, sorry for people who have heard this story a fucking billion times. But like, you like the first like 5, 6, fucking 10 episodes were very, very choppy. But you know, then you get used to it. You start finding a flow. You start figuring out, what you're good at. You know, when to chime in, when not to chime in. You know, learning how to listen more and shit like that. So I mean, you know, doing the podcast has definitely helped me as far as like my listening skills and like, you know, hearing,
a good thing.
right? Hearing people, you know, letting them, you know, speak, letting them talk, letting them get their point out. picking up on cues and shit, understand even when somebody's not talking, like when they're in the middle of a thought, when they stop to gather themselves, not to like go chime in right away, let them gather their thoughts and then let them continue talking and all that shit. But it's been a journey. It's been a process.
Yeah, it's good to hear a lot of other people's point of views.
For sure.
Take it in, even if you disagree.
Yeah, that's
kind of put it together and kind of understand why everybody, might think a different way.
And that's part of the reason that we do this podcast is to have different people on, have different hear different opinions. Me and Jacob don't always agree. Me and Jordan don't always agree. Me and you don't always agree.
Thanks.
But that's kind of the whole premise of this is no hangover. We might not always agree, but we're not gonna have hangovers from past conversations. Also, when we drink, we turn up and we don't fucking feel it in the morning. So, but
good point.
But yeah, so that's the double meaning behind no hangover. But yeah, man. A perfect example is us. We've been friends since fucking 4th grade. That's a long time. That's what now? It's probably fucking pretty close to 20 years. We're probably getting to that point.
Pretty sure it's at.
Because we
can't even think of what year we were.
We always talk about 10 plus years, but that was like, even like when we were in high school, it was like so like we're almost 10 years out of high school. So yeah, we're probably at that 20-year mark.
Yep, that's a long time.
It's just fucking wild.
We've had our up and downs
for sure, but
more in the beginning than now.
Yeah, but I feel like also at that time, we're young, we're trying to figure ourselves out, we're going through life, fucking
young,
puberty, hormones, fucking life, fucking just
not giving a fuck.
Pretty much, and like I said, just trying to figure yourself out. But in the midst of all that, we've been able to still maintain a strong friendship, a brotherhood, and really, I know a lot of people throw this shit around, but there's, you are one of the few people that I know I can count on wholeheartedly. It goes both ways. We, it is a no matter what type shit for real.
Thanks.
So and you talk, the more that you talk to people as you get older, the more you start to realize how rare that is, and that it's not always fucking like that. That people, especially adults, they let fucking little dumb shit get in the way because I'm an adult and you're not gonna talk to me like that and all that.
It's like you sometimes become more childish as you get an adult, and you have to catch yourself because you think you know better just because you're older, and it's actually not the reality.
Yeah.
You feel like you do because you're older, but you didn't actually learn anything.
And what's funny, because I bring this point up a lot, is that in kindergarten, 1st grade, they teach you the fundamental shit of treat others with respect and and listen and be courteous and all that shit. And then the older you get, the more you feel like you've paid your dues. I don't have to put up with people's shit, this, that, and the third. And then you just feel like I could just do and treat people however the fuck I want and lose all that. Treat people with respect. And you would think the older you get, the more that should be reinforced. The more you should know better.
Yeah,
it's like little kids fucking treat people with respect more than adults do.
Exactly.
And that shit will piss me off.
That's why I say sometimes it's like they revert. I've met a lot of people who just as they get older, they actually become more childish. And I can understand there's certain situations you don't have to be a part of or not listen to because you're above that. But putting everybody in that category, now you're being childish.
Yeah.
You're not above nobody. Just
real shit.
If you disagree with something, then I understand that, but you still got to give people the chance.
Yeah. Listen to people. And just like I said, just simple respect.
Yeah.
Just because I don't agree with you doesn't mean you're a fucking shitty person. That just means on this specific topic, maybe we don't agree. And
maybe there's plenty of topics, but
for sure. A great example of that too is and I'm sure you can, this counts for you too, is my siblings. I love my sisters to death, but there's a lot of shit that we don't agree on.
Yeah.
But I still love them. It doesn't oh, you fucking suck. But it's funny how a lot of people will let that get, even with family, they'll let little shit like that get in the way of whether it's a religious view or a political view or I don't like how you did this because whatever. It's who fucking cares? If anybody knows who I am, it's my siblings. We've grown up with each other.
Yeah.
So if we don't agree on this or that, what my character is.
Yeah, they'll at least get past it. But some family definitely tries to take things to heart, and that's just they can't think above themselves. They're just like, no, I'm right. They're wrong. I don't want to hear it. I'm not going to talk to them for a while. Like, that doesn't even make sense. They're your
Bro,
family.
oh my God. Don't even get me started on that.
Some family, I understand, like, you don't want to be a part of. I'm all about family. You know that.
Yeah.
But there's some family, sometimes you really just don't want them around too much.
And I
But
get
you still
that.
love them.
Exactly. Like,
Yeah.
even if like you're not gonna hang around with them too much, it's like it's not because I don't love them or whatever. It's more because it's like, well, me hanging around you might be like kind of like detrimental to my well-being, to my fucking health, to fucking my mental health and shit like that. But so you don't hang around them that much, but that doesn't mean you're gonna fucking like when push comes to shove, like, you know, like I still got your back type shit.
Facts. Some families like that. Even some family, I feel like they probably wouldn't have my back just because they don't have the morals that I do. Like, I'm just like, family's family.
Yeah.
And as long as I have a relationship with them, even if we disagree, I'm always going to love them and have their back. Especially if they call me, I'm there. It don't even matter. So, you know, that's how I treat, like, for example, our friendship. You know, we've been together so long, you're family. It's already there. So you know how I treat you. And you know how I treat my other friends that are like family. It's simple. It's just, why think about it so hard? People try to complicate this and that and make it into something it doesn't need to be. When it could be as simple as, if he has your back, why wouldn't you have his back?
Real
or
shit.
her back, or whatever the fuck, you know?
Yeah.
Any type of friends. It don't matter.
Real shit. And I mean, with all of my friends, we have bumped heads. Even me and Abner. There's been times, and there's one time specifically, and honestly, this made me fucking, I like, as if I couldn't have respected you even more. Remember that one time at Crunch where it was me, you, and Ryan, and we were having that little issue in the sauna, and then it like trickled out into like riding home, and I was, man, I don't know what got into me, but I was talking
I actually
cash
remember that now
fucking shit to you. Like, I was fucking talking the only shit. And the thing is that you were sitting right behind me, so like at any moment you could have just been like, fuck this guy, boom. But like, you know, we just talked shit back and forth, and that was it. But like, it was in that moment, like after like we left, whatever, and I thought about it, I'm like, one, I was kind of being a fucking asshole. Whether I thought
I remember that. I don't think it was kind of. Ryan is witness. We need to get him on here to approve the statement.
Well, like, because it was over some dumb shit. I think like you had the door open. You were leaving the door open in the sauna or some shit.
Just remember
and I'm
that.
just like, bro, just close the door. Just close the door. Just close the door.
And then somebody else in there had got stupid, and I was about to fuck his ass up, and I walked out because I said, this stemmed from my boy. Now this guy chimed in because he felt like he had the opportunity to disrespect me, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna listen to it from my boy, and just let him like vent or do whatever the fuck he's doing, but not some random guy to just chime in. No, I was like, let me leave now before I get kicked out and probably never let back in.
Yeah, and then it just trickled into going home, and
shit, I almost forgot about.
I did. I was talking cash shit. I was talking my shit, but you know,
bro, for me, it's like I've had a lot of my family try me. I hate to say it, but like, you know, it's gotten to that point where we'd almost fight so many times. And for me, I'm more scared of what I could do to the person that I love than I am of like getting into the fight. You know, I'm all about, I can fight anybody. It don't matter. But when it comes to somebody I love, like my conscience just like holds me back. And no matter how angry I get, I'm like, why would I go to that extent to put hands on somebody who I call family? That's just, for me, is above disrespect, and I'm not gonna disrespect you like that. Yeah, because you wouldn't do it to me. So why would, you know, no matter how much our tempers get high, like act like that?
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, that's, you know, like I said, as if I couldn't have respected you even more. Like, even after that, I was like, damn, like I was being a fucking dick. I let my fucking, you know, I let my fucking temper get the best of me, and you were just fucking playing it cool. You were talking your shit back, but like, again,
I mean, you know, I'm not gonna shut up. I'll talk.
Most people would have been like, bro, fuck this guy, and just would have fucking let me have it, because I was just fucking, I was getting loose a little bit. But you know, like I said, that kind of, you know, you know, defines our friendship in a sense, in the sense of like, you know, we understand each other enough to, you know, let each other get our shit off, but never let it get to that point.
Yeah.
You know, we understand that you know, people are going to get mad. People are going to talk shit. People are going to have tempers. People are going to have, you know, their days where, you know, whatever the case may be. But like, you know, we understand each other. I know it's not anything personal. It's just, you know, he's having a moment in a sense. And that's it.
We can get past it. I mean, how many times did we get into shit even in middle school? You know, I should have definitely just had you should have had all the opportunities to fucking let me have it. And I was ready to just take it because I deserved it. And I mean, that's a different story, but it was that time too that I seen that you still see me as family, no matter how much you hated me at that time, and just couldn't pull yourself to do it, even though I was literally welcoming it. So, like, you know that I'm a little crazy, and I'll take it. I don't even give a fuck.
That's probably why we're such good friends. We're both got that right amount of crazy.
Yeah, just a little too much, but just a right amount. The balance.
Which, I mean, it does lead me to believe. It is funny because Jacob put this episode together. Obviously, like I could sit down and we could just fucking bullshit, but we need some type of. One of the questions that he asked was, "Do y'all think you'd be friends forever?" I think so. I think so.
I think we're past even thinking that.
Honestly, like
I had to think about that maybe like 15 years ago.
It's not even. Yeah, it's not even a question. I mean, you just got married. I was one of the groomsmen in your wedding. So I mean,
actually, we're almost the best man. But,
yeah,
I mean, my brother's there.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, I understand that. And if I ever do get married, I mean, you already know that.
Yeah, I feel that.
It would be kind of hard for me to pick a best man because, like, for you, like, I'm not saying this is the only reason, but Danny's your cousin. Like, that's your brother. So, like, that's, like, blood. That's your family. So, like.
Yeah. And he was there. We're 1 month apart.
Yeah.
So since day one.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys have literally been together, like, since the days you guys were born.
Rolling in diapers.
Yeah. So, like. That one, I'm like, bro, I'm not like, I completely understand. Like, and really, in all honesty, it's like, I was just like, you know, I was just honored. Like, if obviously I didn't think I wasn't going to be invited, but like just being a part of it, it was, you know, that's enough for me.
Yeah.
But like,
it made me happy that nobody was like hesitant about answering, you know?
Yeah.
Because not for nothing, I have a lot of more other people that I would have loved to also put in line with that as groomsmen, not as best men, but groomsmen. Yeah. Because I got mad people that, you know, they ride for me and I ride for them, and I would have loved for them to all stand there by me, but I just couldn't.
For ceremonial purposes.
Yeah, for ceremonial purposes. I'm like, that's too many. Yeah. That's too much.
I feel like 5 is the good amount, is the perfect amount. And luckily for me, like, that's all my friends. You, Ryan, Jacob, Jordan, Steven.
Yep. I would have had them right there too. Steven, you know, I've always had a really good friendship with him, but you know, he hasn't been as long as like us 3.
Yeah.
Or us 4.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I feel like
he's still like, he chimes in with exactly our flow, our like friendship, and he's dope.
I would say this. I would probably, as far as like that core, like me, you, and Ryan really were, because me and you obviously were friends in 4th grade, and then Ryan came along in middle school. And I mean, you were Ryan's first friend. Me and him had a class together, and like you guys started hanging out. And then naturally, obviously, we started hanging out, and then you know we all became really good friends.
Facts.
Jacob and Jordan, like I knew Jordan. We've all known Jordan since 4th grade. Same, but I didn't become friends with Jordan until high school when we started playing football.
Yeah, but we always knew about Jordan.
Exactly.
We all never not liked them. Yeah. We were friends. We just weren't like fucking as close as we are now. Yeah. Not even close. But
it is wild how like. You have you meet so many different people in life, and like you go through fucking all these different types of friends and people who you're closer to at this point, and then not as close at this point, and this, that, whatever. And then like, you know, you get to, you know, we're 29, 30 years old, and you see the people who have kind of stuck around and the people who, you know, that you have love for, but for one reason or another, you know, it's just better that we're not, you know, we don't associate as much. Yeah. It's just wild.
There might be a different time too that you might reassociate with those.
For real,
people.
like we're still fucking young as shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
honestly,
it's like we feel old, but like we barely fucking lived life. If you think about that shit, like
not even close. I already know my life is pretty much just starting.
For real, bro. Speaking of, this man just got married. I know we talked about it, but how do you feel? I mean, obviously you were like already married before, like you guys got like legally married, but then like going through like the whole like celebration and the whole ceremony, having all your family and friends there, all that shit. Like, did that make it feel more official or?
Oh, 100%, bro. I mean, to have everybody there and like share the love, it was very private, even though it was still a lot of people.
Yeah, it was. That shit
I was
was
trying
lit.
to
That was a
keep
fun
that
time.
fucking number down, but
Yeah.
sure enough, people were like, "Nah, I'll go." I'm like, "Fuck." Some of them were like, "Nah," and I was like, "Yes, money saved." Because the catering.
That's the wedding gift. You not coming, so I can save that money.
and in wedding gifts, on that note, people were just so generous. I was definitely so like surprised. They helped a lot. I mean, they helped a lot with like what we're gonna do for our honeymoon and stuff because we had the wedding paid for the day of the wedding. By the time of the wedding, it was already paid for. So that for me was like such a weight off my shoulders that I could enjoy the wedding so much. And even though some people didn't come, the perfect amount of people came. Like everybody who I really wanted there, they came, and it was great. It was just too short. Went by so fast.
It really did.
And we went straight to Vegas, not our honeymoon, but still a great vacation. Came back with some money, can't be mad.
There you go.
But I can't wait for the honeymoon. That'd be great.
Where are you guys going again for your honeymoon?
Alaska.
Are you guys doing a cruise or are you?
Yeah. And then sometime, hopefully next year, maybe Greece. That's the real honeymoon. But we did Alaska more because we wanted to get something in that was on our bucket list, which is seeing the Northern Lights. And then her parents want to come too, but we're going to be in different rooms. Yeah. So I don't classify that as like our honeymoon. That's like a part of it. Yeah. But our honeymoon is
Damn,
Greece.
y'all are fucking having a 3-trip honeymoon right now.
I know.
Breaking it down.
Well, because I told her originally it's Greece, but we had to go to Vegas. It was my dad's 50th. So I had to be there for that. Yeah. He lived, 50 years. That for me, you know how close I am with my dad. That for me is something I can't miss.
Well, I mean, just your family in general. I mean, and that was like, there was a point in time where I was going over to your house fucking every day. I mean,
I know. My grandma was like, "Eric's coming, right?" Because I made him food. I'm like, "Yes, grandma."
But like seeing how close you are to like your family and how close knit everything is, grandparents, parents, aunts, uncles, cousins, siblings, all that shit.
My grandparents made 60 years married.
Good for them.
Yo,
good for them.
That for me, and like, even though they're old, they still show the love. I mean, they also show the frustration. They've been together so long, but they show the love. They can't live without each other, and I love that I was able to see that.
How do you think? Because I mean, especially nowadays with like how dating is and how like microwave everything is. Like, how do you feel like you growing up in a house with both of your parents, growing up in a house with your grandparents, and seeing how like, obviously they love each other, but seeing how they had to work through like troubling times. Like, how do you think that helped you get to this point today, and like how that shaped your outlook on relationships and shit?
I've always waited on, the good has to outweigh the bad, obviously. Yeah. Everybody should know that. But some people get lost in what they think is love because they're holding on to something that they might be used to or comfortable with. And I've done that. I've definitely done that. In a bunch of my relationships in the beginning, just got too comfortable and wanted to hold on to it. And even sometimes I'd let them fucking disrespect me in different ways. Not like they put hands on me. I mean, they hurt themselves. So aside from that, they, I just let it be because I thought like I had to hold on to this. So I had a different outlook on it in the beginning than I do later in my life. Later in my life, I realized it's not about dealing with everything that somebody else does to you or makes you feel like because you need to stay with somebody and like continue what your family has or whatever. Yeah. There has to be the good has to outweigh the bad. So you have to find somebody who has a good balance of what you want and makes you happy. And even in the bad times, you can't see yourself, staying mad at them. Yeah. It all depends on like how long can you hold a grudge on somebody, because if you love them and you're over here like hating them and not talking to them for a couple of days, I don't think you really care that much. Yeah. You might be projecting that or acting like that, but then it's like really look at the bigger picture. Is this somebody you can see yourself with forever, or is this somebody that you just want to mess around with? Yeah. And I wish it was that straightforward before, but now it got out of hand. It's too straightforward. Yeah. And some people are still confused and make it more complicated than it needs to be. And I'm glad that I didn't have to date in this generation now, because this shit is wild. People are doing too much.
Bro, it's fucking.
They all lost the sight of what they actually want. They're just like, they keep saying they're living in the moment, but how long are you living in the moment? Are you gonna live for the future or just in the moment?
Yeah, I mean, and to your point, you got to find a good balance in that shit. You got to find, obviously you got to do shit for now because we only are guaranteed this moment.
Yeah, 100%.
But
I mean, enjoy the moment. I'm not trying to say don't, but
no, for sure. But then, like, I mean, also, but like, if you do want to build something, if you do want to grow with somebody, like, you do have to look into the
set a goal.
Yeah,
set
exactly.
a goal for your life, for your career, for whatever it is,
and not just for you, but like for your partner to like kind of provide that security, to provide that like I am doing this not just for me, but I'm doing this for us, so that we can pursue whatever the fuck it is we want to pursue as individuals, but like do it as a team. Like I'm helping you, you helping me. Like we still have our goals, we're still our own person, but like we're joining together.
Exactly why I got married. I literally have that.
It's beautiful, bro.
It's so easy with her. She doesn't have social media, so she's not corrupted. I love that. Shit. That's like gold right there. For real, though. Let me tell you, that's one in a million. That literally is, and that is such a,
it's like as soon as you heard that, blessing. Yep, I am gonna marry her.
Yeah, that's such a blessing. And she wants social media. I'm like, I welcome it. You could have social media. I know she's not gonna get lost by it.
Yeah,
she's not the one to get like easily influenced.
Yeah,
she is hard headed. But I love that too, because she like sticks to what she wants. Yeah. And sometimes she's open to new ideas, but she doesn't take it too far.
Yeah.
It's okay to be open-minded, but don't like be easily influenced.
Yeah. There's definitely a fine line between that.
She's not. I mean, she's grown. I date older women, so that was already like my type.
Yeah.
Exactly what I was looking for. Not somebody my age even. To be honest, it's just not the same.
Yeah. And I will say this, you guys do complement each other very well. Yeah. You're a lot more, laid back. Obviously, you're a hard worker and you get shit done, but like you definitely bring more of like the, let's chill out. Like, fucking, it's not the end of the world. Like, we'll figure this out. She is a little bit more like, high strung, but like in the sense of like, I want to get something done. We're gonna fucking get it done, and like that. Feel like that compliment.
She's a fire.
Yeah, between you two, like it is a very good like
I remind her that she could relax and pat yourself on the back. Like, you've done great. So give yourself some credit and like enjoy relaxing or just like chilling out, just me and her, going to a spa, something just like aside from always trying to either get something done in the house or go out with people and like make events or make little things to do all the time.
Yeah.
And so we do a really good balance, because for me, I would be like, I'm cool with chilling, but I'm always hanging out outside all the time. And I like now that I could be more home and relax and chill and not feel like I have to be outside all the time hanging out with everybody.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is because I mean, ever since I can fucking remember, your family has always got something going on every fucking weekend. There's always something going on, so I could see how it'd be very easy for you to just be like every weekend doing something. Fucking,
or every weekend,
gotta go to this person's birthday. This person's getting married.
Because it's everybody's fucking birthday every month.
Yeah, this person, I don't know, they fucking. Who the fuck knows? They fucking got a second raise, so let's fucking celebrate.
Looking for
they just changed their tires, so let's fucking turn up.
There definitely was a lot of parties growing up.
Bro, you know what?
I feel like it has not really changed.
What house I remember? I think it was that one on Econ where it was two houses and like the backyards were connected.
Because it was the mom and daughter who owned the houses.
Bro, I remember
they connected their backyards, and they were both big backyards.
They were fucking bangers of parties, and we're like fucking 12, 13 years old, just running around fucking. But like I just remember like, oh my god, like this is fucking lit. There's so many people. Like it's a party. Everyone's having a good time. They still have one
of those houses now.
For real?
Just one.
Yeah. Every time I drive by Econ, I always look over on that because it's like right at that bend.
At the big first bend.
Shit! Wow, that was fucking good times. Parties were thrown there.
That's a good neighborhood. Like they never
it's like
cared.
A little cul-de-sac.
Yeah, like
it's like literally just
cared.
it's a cul-de-sac and that's the neighborhood.
Yep.
That shit was lit. Oh man. Where are we at right now?
They had good times there for sure. Hey.
I guess speaking of younger self, we've been talking about all this fucking future stuff. Is there any advice that you would give your 18-year-old self with the knowledge that you know now?
Can we pause for a second?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta pee?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I was trying to hold it. Where?
Here. And right now. Right in this very moment. My fucking
I thought you
hair.
were looking at like a picture of you somewhere.
No, my hair's all fucking frizzy and shit. I probably stink a little bit. I need to take a shower.
I had to take a shower, but I haven't had a haircut or shave, so
Well,
I look equally musty.
I'm getting a haircut next week on Friday. I might take a few inches off my hair, but I'm shaving my beard off.
I know you said that. For your birthday?
Shaving my beard off and bringing in 30 with a fucking mustache.
You said next week?
Next Friday. Not tomorrow. Well, I guess by the time this comes out, next Friday will be the Friday before my birthday. But yeah.
So how are you going to do the mustache? Are you going to keep the sides or go straight to the end of the lip?
No, I'll probably keep it to like, you see how it like starts to thin out right here? I'll probably keep it to where it's thick right here. So it's gonna be like a tiny Fu Manchu. A tiny one, like a half Manchu.
Are you going to shave it down or keep it that long?
What do you mean?
You know, like trim it like a 3.
Oh yeah,
4.
I mean no, I'll probably keep it like this. Just take it off my lips a little bit how it is. But yeah, the stash is coming, and like the more the closer that we get to it, the more that I'm like, you know what, it's probably not gonna look that bad.
Can you do it with the goatee? I think it'll look good. You could keep the goatee and the half Manchu.
I'll probably do that once it starts growing out, but I'm doing just strictly mustache first.
Facts. Well, the goatee would grow back fast.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've been growing. This is the first facial hair that I was able to grow. Really, was this fucking little.
Same season.
So that would be.
I guess it was the mustache first, and then it was this.
No, my mustache came in probably was the second thing, but like this, the actual side parts, that took some tender love and care. It took some time to grow this thing, and I still feel like my beard's kind of it still got room to grow for sure.
I never grow mine out anymore because it just gets to a point where it just grows long. And it'll fill up, but it'll fill up real light. I'd have to grow it up like longer than yours to really get it thick.
Yeah,
I'm like, nah.
I think I'm just gonna keep it shaving it down and shit like that for a couple months and see how it goes. Cause I'm not really a big believer in if you shave your facial hair, it's gonna grow back quicker and all that shit. Cause like.
Maybe when we're younger. I don't think it happens anymore.
No, but because even cause I just when I go, I don't really like I'll trim it up and like if I have like my hair is getting long or whatever the size, like I'll trim it down. But like I usually don't touch my beard. I just let my barber do what he does because I go to him every 2 weeks. So by that time, but that's where I see the most growth. Most growth is when I just kind of leave it be. I speak with a lisp. That's when I see it like the most. Like the most growth on it is just kind of. Leave it alone and let it do its thing.
Thanks.
Same with my hair. Like everyone's like, "Oh, why does your hair look so good?" It's like because I don't fucking do anything to it. I fucking wash it once a week. I fucking rinse it out every day, unless like I got really dirty outside, then I'll wash it again. But like I don't wash it all the time because then you wash out all the fucking natural oils in your hair and all that shit. But it's like, I don't fucking dye it. I don't put heat to it. I don't do all this extra shit. Like, oh my gosh, I'm so jealous of you. And that's usually girls saying this. That's what I'm talking. That's why I'm talking like that.
I don't think those are any guys.
Like, oh my gosh, I would kill for your hair. People will kill for your hair.
There's a few guys I've heard say it like that, but I get the hair thing. I mean, you do have like long hair now. So.
And it's nice, I guess.
Yeah.
It's curly. But
the girls love the curls.
I just let it do its thing. But yeah, the beard is gonna come off. And then that Saturday we turn up. I'll break my sobriety. And
how many days are you in?
What's today? The 10th? The 11th?
11th.
So I'm 11 days in. 10 days until my day of birth.
Nice.
Until I came into this world 30 years ago.
Yep.
Where
was that again?
Where was I born?
Mm-hmm.
Here in good old Orlando.
Oh.
Orange County. I was here for a month and then flew over to Italy.
That's what I was waiting
for. The first 2 years of my tiny little life.
I don't know why I thought you were born there too, but
no. Pretty close. I mean,
a month away.
Yeah, I was actually supposed to be born on the 9th of April, and I was 12 days late. Born on the 21st.
Damn, you were straight chilling.
Bro, I was like, I want to come out of here.
What the hell is out here?
I see what the fucking world's like. I don't want to fucking... I'm chilling in here where I don't have to do anything. I get fed through a little tube into my belly button, and I just fucking chill. Like, what's wrong with that? I don't want to fucking go into the world and work. Boo, work. I don't want to do that. Chores. Boo. But here I am, 30 years later, fully grown person.
Doing all those things.
Work, chores, fucking dealing with dumb people.
At least you're making the chores for yourself.
Yeah. I'm not, yeah, there's a lot of people that, and that's kind of one thing that, like, it's funny because, like, when you're young and you're 12, 13, you start kind of, people start asking, oh, so where do you see yourself in 10 years? And asking a fucking 12-year-old that is fucking wild, honestly.
And they keep doing it.
I don't even know what the fuck I see myself doing in 5 minutes. Like, I'm still learning how to wipe my ass right now. Like, what do you mean in 10 years? But, like, you kind of start thinking of those things. And, like, one thing that I did always say that I still feel like holds true is that if I'm not fucking rich, then it's gonna be fucking hard fucking goings for me. Because there's like no in between for me. There's not a lot of in between. Like, I'm not fucking like dirt fucking broke, but like I know how I am, and like
you're still not comfortable yet.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm a lot more comfortable now, but I feel what you're saying.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. It's just. And you start to figure out that all the adults in your life are figuring out life at the same time you are. They're just a little bit further ahead.
There's not a time limit. Some of them are way behind.
Yeah, we both know a couple people like that.
There's no time limit to it. It's really when they want to pretty much realize it.
The one thing I will say though is that, like, I feel like people get too caught up in like, oh, I need to have a fucking house by this point, or I need to have a car by this point, or I need to have this, instead of like, oh, I should know how I react to certain things at this point, or like I need to learn about myself more at this point. And then the superficial shit will come. The house is gonna come, monies, cars, all that shit comes and goes. Like, I mean, both of my parents, for example, they've been divorced twice and they figure it out every time. Like, my dad's on his third marriage. He's been, out on his ass, and he, pulled himself together, figured it out. Like, all that fucking money stuff, the house, the cars, this, that, whatever, that comes and goes.
Yeah.
But you live with yourself literally every single day of your life. There's nobody else that is going to live with you every single day of your life. So, like, why not fucking know how you act to things? Like, react to things. Like, what's going to piss you off? What motivates you? What makes you tick? What fucking annoys you? What fucking makes you not want to do shit? And it's like, I feel like like I said, too many people get caught up in the, the superficial stuff instead of,
Well, they pick and choose what they want to realize about themselves. They're like, all right, I do this wrong. And then deny that they actually do this other thing wrong too, and they should work on that. And instead they're like, no, everybody else got the problem. Yeah. And then they just stay stuck in the same place instead of just trying to realize little by little all your mistakes or issues or whatever they are, and try to handle them the best way you can, but work on it.
Yeah.
Don't just keep pushing it back to the side, because it's gonna come right back.
Yeah.
You're just building it up.
Yeah.
It's like building up the fucking trash. Eventually that can needs to get changed.
For real.
That shit is gonna get full.
That's a fucking great analogy. You gotta fucking take out the trash sometimes.
Right.
And people will just let that shit fucking pile up over.
And guess what? When
it starts smelling like shit and flies flying around. It's like, oh, I wonder like why I can't figure this shit out, or why people don't like me. And like, oh, like what?
You fill up the trash so much, you finally go take it out. Now it's heavy as shit.
Yeah.
And you're like, why is the trash so heavy? Maybe because you filled it up too much.
Bro, and then there's people that will just fucking carry the trash bags with them for fucking 10, 20, 30 fucking years. And it's like, oh,
100%.
Like you wonder why you're so fucking mad at the world.
Yeah,
like,
they're like, I don't know why I can't get it together. Do you talk to your parents? No, fuck them. I'm like, oh, okay. Just a little example, not everybody.
Yeah,
like,
no,
I guess some parents are like hell, but no, you know what? You have to still accept they're your parents.
Yeah.
Just as
that shit
for
is
that conversation,
wild.
But
or just fucking, I mean, accept it, but like also to like just like understand. Like, I feel like what helped me a lot is like your parents are people too. Your teachers.
They are
like,
exactly.
And like
people negate that, and they're just like, no, they fucked up. I'm always gonna hate them. It actually affects you more to carry that hate than it does the other person you're hating on.
Preach.
100%.
Preach.
I have certain person in my life that I've always hated wholeheartedly. It's just somebody who took everything from me when I was younger. And eventually I realized that it was just hurting me more, and I let it go. I didn't forget about it. Obviously, that's being stupid to even try to assume that I would forget about it, but it doesn't weigh on me anymore.
Yeah.
I know that it is what it is, and just accept it and move on with my life. Don't let it hold me back.
Yeah.
And even something less serious than that can still hold you back if you just can't try to take it up front and accept it, or at least try to understand it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, and to your point, like, even if it is little things, like, it's like, oh, no big deal, it's a little thing, like,
Things add up.
Exactly, like, you start holding on to this little tiny grudge, and then you justify it in your head, so, okay, well, I'll hold on to this little grudge, and I'll hold on to this little grudge, until you're holding on to fucking 100 little grudges that is the equivalent of, like, it's that weight of just like the resentment and like, holding on to that shit, that then it slows you down, but then it starts trickling into other things in your life. It starts trickling into other relationships in your life.
Now you're mad at everybody. Yep. Now you're snapping back at your best friends just because you're in a bad mood. Like, I understand sometimes being in a bad mood, being tired, just being kind of pissed. Yeah. That's fine. But to always kind of be like that person that's known as like, all right, they're kind of always grumpy. Yeah. Like, okay, well, maybe there's a reason they're grumpy. It's not because they're tired every single fucking day. That's ridiculous.
Take a nap
every day.
Which, I mean, I kind of do almost.
But you're not grumpy. Sometimes you can be grumpy, but you're not. Yeah. That's not like you.
I wouldn't say that's a defining characteristic of me. I'm just a napper. I like to fucking sleep. I know some people don't really nap. I'll make time to fucking nap. Especially because, like, also, like, if I'm tired, I can't function at my maximum effort. Like, I'm fucking sluggish. It's like, fuck, let me
anybody that knows you knows that you're Eeyore, so obviously you have to nap.
Gotta, even if it's like a little
need a nap.
Even if it's like a little like 30-minute power nap, I'll just like lay on the couch real quick, rest my eyes, and like, all right, time to go. Like, all right, bet. Now that will carry me up for the rest of the day. Yeah. Real shit though. I'm a napper. I'm an advocate for the naps.
Facts. I wish I had more time to do that. I feel like, obviously, I'm investing so much time into my career. So lately, I have not had so much sleep. Yeah. Because aside from just working, I'm also picking up work in the weekends, just trying to, add to the business. Really.
Yeah. Look, I mean, and like I said, I mean,
I wish I was to social media a little more, because I know that that's like where you're gonna be booming, especially if you get the right clients off that. But
yeah, I mean, it also depends. Like, I'm like with like construction stuff or manual labor stuff. It is important, but I don't feel like it is as important to have a social media presence, because
there's so many people doing it.
Well,
too.
That, but like also like with like manual labor, whether it's like roofing or landscaping and stuff like that. I mean, and really in any business, but I mean, I would say more so in like manual labor and stuff like that. Word of mouth is probably the best. And like I said, in any business, where I get
all my business.
In any business, I would say word of mouth is the best referral, but more so in manual labor and things like that, because there's only so much that you can show through social media. Especially when you're like doing like just hands-on work. Like if you're doing food or you're doing music or you're doing something like that, you can definitely like present things a little bit more and like grab more of an audience through social media.
Yeah.
When you're doing things with your hands and people see you like working hard, busting your ass, putting in the hours like that, in a physical labor sense, I just feel like that goes so much further than, having some type of social media presence, which again, it doesn't hurt.
No.
But I don't feel like it is as important as it is in other fields and shit like that.
In the social media world too, I feel like you get more so of people who are not sometimes so serious about business. I've met a lot of people who are very successful. My job takes me to these houses that are immaculate,
multi-million-dollar houses,
and we have contracts with them for life that we literally go to them and they call us for everything, and they recommend us to their friends who also have $1,000,000 homes. Houses, you know what I'm saying? Like new constructions. We're in a multi-million-dollar business with new constructions businesses right now. That, dude, just the houses and the type of people you meet, you forget all about social media.
Yeah. Because social media is not fucking real, and that's what people.
It's and not that's real. That's what people mistaken it for.
Yeah,
people I don't understand.
People think that social media is fucking your life, and that's
Yep.
what it is. And I was actually,
and there's a lot. There's a majority who thinks like that, and that's why they're like following it so heavy.
but I mean, and you hear this now, and I was just talking to somebody the other day, somebody that we both know, that he said it's like, yeah, you know, you see me posting on social media, like my life is all fucking great and happy, but like, you know, I still be going through it. I be going through it with work, with my fucking girl, with my fucking kids. I only, you know, you're only posting what you want people to see on social media.
Yeah, 100%.
And it's like, nah, bro, I 100% agree. Like if I didn't have,
and easily other people get sucked into it and just like they're like, oh wow, they're living the. They're like, why are you not thinking past that? Because that social media bullshit, we're older than that. We're literally older than that. So why aren't you not thinking with your brain?
Yeah, and that was the thing. Like we all know that like people are only posting what they want you to see on social media, but most people will still get sucked into the trap of like, oh my gosh, like this person is living the best life, and it's like that's what they
Especially
want you to think.
People making money and shit for it. It's crazy.
Yeah, they're not gonna
like,
post
wow,
like, yeah, my life fucking sucks.
They're literally making more than me and doing less.
Yeah,
they're doing less. All you're doing is talking shit, talking whatever you're talking.
Hey, I take offense to that.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, it's not for the podcast thing, you know. No, podcast, I appreciate having a conversation, but you guys are not trying to like.
Yeah, I mean, we want to. I mean,
you're not doing it solely just for that,
for like, clicks. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, we have talked to people that have told us, like, you know, certain tricks and things to get more views on your shit and this and that.
Yeah, if you did wilder shit, you probably
like
just blow up.
Yeah,
like, you know what? You look stupid sometimes.
Exactly, exactly. That's like, I get that, and like for as much as I would love to, like, yes, I want this to grow and I want this to be something that I could, you know, rely on for some type of income and get money from it. But like, I also don't want to feel like I'm selling out. I also don't want to feel like I'm doing this just for fucking clicks. Like I'm just saying some outlandish shit just to get people to listen. Like
that's why I don't do it a lot, but sometimes I like to watch your guys' videos because we've always talked like this, Mike or not. We're literally talking like this. We're not putting on a show for other people. We're literally just speaking our minds, and if they want to listen, they want to listen. That's great. Thank you if you guys are listening at all.
My personality is a fucking show in and of itself. So like, that's the thing too. Like I know that like if I'm trying to be something that I'm not or do something that I'm not, like it's gonna be very easy to tell. Some people can fake it very well. I'm not one of those people.
I can't fake it.
I am not one of those people. Like if I try to do something that I'm not necessarily like not even comfortable with, that I'm just not really familiar with, or I'm trying to play a certain role that I'm just like I don't really know that well, like it's gonna show. Yeah. So that's why I've always just been like, I can't.
You're
like,
not an actor.
I'm not. It's
not our profession.
I gotta fucking be myself. I gotta be authentic, and most of the time people like me for it, but I have met a few people that, you know, don't like me for it, and that's fine. That's fine. Like I'm not for everyone, and I don't want to be for everyone. That's the thing.
There's not one person that's for everybody.
But there's a lot of people because of social media that do try to be for everyone and try to get everyone to like them and all that shit, and then they start figuring out.
But they get their dislikes. Imagine their block list. Imagine if they actually had all these people, like if they had the thumbs down. I want to see that ratio. When is Instagram going to pop up the thumbs down?
Never.
It's going to happen. I promise you it's going to happen.
I don't know because like...
I know the society's so sensitive now, so everybody's like positive.
Technically, I would say like comments are like the...
They're already as negative as
that's like the dislike button.
But it's so much simpler to do a dislike than to write these outlandish comments sometimes. Sometimes I see some things and I'm like, wow, they either have the balls to say this or they really don't because they're on a fake profile or they just know that nobody's really going to like come up to their front door and be like, what'd you say?
Of course. And that's why like there's a video that we posted that got a whole bunch of views and shit like that. It was the one of me saying that I think Kanye West is the greatest artist of all time.
Was this the thousands views?
Yeah, it got like fucking 15K. Like nothing too crazy, but like it got a lot of views for us.
That was the one that you said that? Did you tag him?
No, but the thing is that like I hashtagged him, but like there were so many people calling me dumbass this.
I didn't read the comments.
I dumbed down music. I fucking bro, get this guy off the fucking mic, like you're fucking stupid and all that shit. But like out of what? Let's say it's fucking, just to give it a number, let's say it's 20 people that fucking commented negative shit. How many of those people do I really believe would come and say that to my face?
No, none.
Zero of them.
None. And most of them
Zero
don't
of
actually
them.
have like a good clue as to what original music was.
Yeah.
Because we were like the last generation of like that.
And even that, I even said it like in the videos, like in my opinion, I think he's the greatest of all time. Like there's other artists like this, like that, like this, and started naming artists like Michael Jackson, Freddie Mercury,
And where would you
Prince.
put Drake in that row? Because a lot of people that go for Kanye, they hate Drake.
I love both of them. They're both in my top because I mean, without Kanye, there is no Drake. Kanye West helped a lot of people in music out. A lot of the big artists, Lil Wayne, fucking,
Yep.
you know, he's touched and has pushed music so fucking forward. So like, people that hate on one and not the other, like, you know, obviously it's music. There's preference. It definitely is, you know, whatever. So, but
I mean, but he's taken a hard left turn on like some of his Kanye West.
yeah, I mean, it's
So like based off like what we grew up on. That was
and that's
for
the
me
thing.
anyway.
Well, that's the thing.
Music.
Like, I don't really listen to what he says, like when he's going on these crazy rants and shit, because I also understand. Yeah, he's a fucking musician. Most of these guys are fucking crazy, anyways. Like, I'm not going to Kanye West for my fucking political opinions and shit like that. He's a fucking artist. Like, duh, I'm not gonna fucking do that. Like, I'm not going to I'm not going to a welder to come fucking put some drywall up in my fucking house. Like, what? Like, no shit, I'm not gonna do that. That doesn't make sense. So like,
but you know, a lot of people try to
a lot of people are fucking stupid.
twist that all together.
Yeah.
You know, we all know that.
And it's like, but that's
try
the
to
thing.
add
Like,
that all together. Like, oh, he's a musician, you can say, and he should know all about this and have a great opinion about that. And it's like,
no.
Why does it have to? Why are people like, oh, he's a philosopher? No.
Like, no.
He's a rapper.
Yeah. A producer. Like, he's a musical genius. Yes.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
like,
100%.
would I want him fucking running this country? Probably fucking not. No. There's a lot of people that I don't want running this country that are still doing it. So like, you know, not that I really have much of a say, but like, would I want him? No. Like, I like Kanye West because he makes great music.
Yep.
I don't know this guy personally. I don't fucking.
Nobody does, and they have all these opinions about him.
Bro,
I'm like, that's crazy. You guys are speaking on or against him, and you literally have no clue.
Bro, because
you click on one thing and you're like, I know this guy. No, you don't.
Well, I mean, that was like with, you know, the comments that they're leaving me. Like, they're telling me I'm fucking dumb. I'm
that's
fucking
why
stupid.
it didn't bother you. But some people get easily influenced by that, and they're like, oh, I'm all sad and
bro, I thought that shit was fucking hilarious.
Shit about me.
I thought it was fucking hilarious. Like, some of the comments, like the one person that told me like I dumbed music down or something. It was something along those lines. I'm like, oh, I'm glad you think I have that type of influence. The fact that you think, but with that comment, I dumbed the entirety of music down. It's like, I'm glad you think of me like that.
Like, thanks. I'm gonna like that.
I appreciate that.
I'm gonna look for that comment later, and I'm gonna like it for sure.
Bro, every time I'm feeling unmotivated, I'm gonna look at that and be like, this guy thinks the world of me.
I better show him my best.
Like, I don't know. People are just fucking, you know, people just like to talk shit and get a rise out of you. I mean, I just had a situation recently that, you know, somebody was talking shit, trying to, you know, get me riled up, trying to get me to fucking
on this
act out of just in life. It was, I don't want to get into too much detail about it, but like they were trying to get me to, you know, act out of character. But like they
put hands on them.
Exactly, but they were just talking.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like, and most of it was from a distance. It's not like they were in arm's reach of me anyways.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's kind of the same thing. It's like most of these people are, it's a screen away from you. So who knows? That could be a mile down the street. That could be 1,000 miles on the other side of the fucking world. Like, you know, a lot of people, you know, will bark but won't fucking bite. They like to talk shit, but like
a lot of people, this generation's even worse with that now. Nobody's biting.
Well, I feel like they're
either shooting or talking a lot of shit.
Yeah.
And that ain't biting.
Yeah. It's either they're super fucking like just, you know, behind the screen typing, or they're gonna come and fucking, I'm gonna fucking shoot you. Blah, 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 and that's it. It's like,
that for me has always made you more of a pussy.
Real
100%.
shit. Bro, real shit.
Put the gun down and put your hands up. Even if you get beat up, you showed respect. You showed some not fear. You didn't show fear. How about that? Because you put up a gun, you're scared of shit.
Listen to this
100%. You want to put guns, that's fine. I'm going to kill you first. But we put up hands, you might beat my ass. I might
And
be
that's
your ass,
fine.
and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Not okay with who's gonna die, because that's fucking stupid.
'Cause
That
it's
you would let your anger get that much above your common sense to be like, fuck that, this guy needs to die, and then you're just gonna deal with the consequences because you're not. You're either gonna run from the government forever or go to jail and serve some time, and it's not gonna be a little time. So
Yeah, and most of the time it's not even that deep.
and 100%, maybe 50-50, it's not worth it. I give it at least that, because even for the people, no, I give it a little less than that, because even the people who really have a good reason to do it still regret it.
Yeah.
So why do people feel like it's so easy to do it? Because they watched a couple movies and shows, and then they think it's like,
because they're about that life, dog.
See social media and they're like, oh, they're all doing it.
They about that life.
They about that life until that life fucking smacks them in their face.
For real. That's just wild. But like, to your point, like, I've gone into fights. I've never gotten my ass beat, but there's been points where it's like, hey, listen, that shit, we were fucking scrapping. Like, respect. I might not fucking like you, but you earned my respect.
Thanks.
Like, and I'll tell this story a million times. The first time I ever really had that moment, I was like in fucking 5th grade. It was in my dad's neighborhood in Sunrise. And we were playing fucking, you know how my grandparents have that big ass field in there behind their house? We were playing football there. Me and this kid were talking shit back and forth. And that was around the time where I started kind of developing a slick mouth, and I was kind of becoming an instigator a little bit. So I don't know what happened, but like I bumped into him or touched him or something. He said, if you touch me one more time, I'm going to punch you in the face. So sure enough, like the football game's over, we're done, we're cleaning up, getting ready to go home. I go grab the football and I see that we're about to cross paths. I'm like, bet, let me see if he's really about it. So I literally shoulder checked him, and sure enough, he fucking grabbed me by my shoulder, turned me around, and boom, right in my fucking face. I didn't fall, like I took the hit, but I was like, oh.
He was
like,
really gonna do
He
it.
actually fucking did it. So I stood there for a second, tackled him, punched him a couple times. My friend came and pulled me off, but right afterwards, we dapped up. I'm like, hey, listen, like, you said you said you were gonna punch me in the face, and you punched me in the face. Like, how can I not respect that?
He was like, I was looking for that.
Real shit, but like for as for as immature and juvenile as that sounds, like it really is that simple sometimes.
Yeah.
It really is. Like, just people being about what they say and standing on their word, it goes a long way. So I don't know what that kid's doing now. I mean, he's probably he's a grown man now. He's probably. I don't know. Maybe he fucking just
Never
stayed at
grew
fucking 12, 13 years old, and that's where he stayed. Nah, but like, you know, he probably got family. He's probably got a kid. He probably doesn't even remember that story. He probably doesn't even fucking remember that. But like,
Probably not.
that shit fucking happened, and it's little things like that that's like, okay, I get that. And then, but on the other side, there's people that have talked shit. All right, bet, like, what's good? And then they're, oh, no, like, after school, this, that, whatever. I'm like, pussy. Like,
or they'll bring all their friends
exactly.
and wait for us
that's
at a
why
park.
you want it after school. It's like, bro, I don't give a fuck if I get suspended from school. Fuck, like, I'm skipping anyway, so like.
No, they wanted after school so they could bring all their friends and try to jump you.
It's like, nah, dog. If we're gonna fight, like, I've always been someone that's like, I can't fucking like. If I'm mad in the moment, I'm gonna be mad then. Like, there's very few times where I can keep myself hyped up like that and be mad. It's like, bro, like, yeah, let me fucking pencil you in at
go through
2 o'clock,
like
you said? Yeah, all right.
7 periods of
For
class
real,
and be like, oh, I can't wait till school's over.
It's like, what's wrong with it? Oh, I'm gonna beat this guy's ass after school.
Lunchtime, you're like, oh, this burger.
Fuck, eating that shit aggressive as fuck. Yeah, no, I couldn't. Part of it is just kind of like, I've never really been one to hold grudges anyways. So like, it's not really something natural for me. But then when people try to fucking do all that extra shit, I'm like, nah, well, right now, no, right now. Okay, well then fuck off. Like, I don't got time. Yeah. You're going to be taking up too much time in my brain. And that's something that I'm
gonna give nobody.
Exactly. Unless they earned it, unless I love them, unless I care about them, like, why the fuck am I going to let you take up time in my brain with negative shit?
Yep. Nope.
Can't do it. Won't do it. Oh man, good old fucking fight times. That was a different time in my life.
They were good times.
They were, but
to be honest, because they were just simpler times.
It was like
literally just people are just either about your word or I'm gonna come and make you about your word. That's
real shit.
Literally what it was. It's like, I'll come up to you and be like, yo, what were you saying again? Because there wasn't social media like that.
Real shit. That was just the beginning of it. But even then, like,
the very beginning. But that's like the bullshit didn't stem with that. you don't reach out to somebody on social media with that.
Yeah.
It's that you would start shit, and then on the social media you would post something.
Yeah.
And be like fucking pissed, or that guy's gonna get my hand or get the hands later, and then that would just like antagonize it, but it would never be like, it would never start there. Nobody would just keep like texting each other all this shit.
Yeah.
Nowadays I feel like it's that
Beef comes, but that's all fake fucking beef, bro. It's all fucking.
it is. If you texting me about
It's
it,
all tough guy shit. Wanna be tough guy shit.
yep, wanna be. There you go,
bro. But we're real tough guys. Yeah, we're tough, rough and tough.
I'm the tough. I'm just about it. You want it? We could do it.
No,
That's
but
fine.
I mean that comes. I mean that.
But it takes a lot to get me mad now because
I mean we're grown. First of all, like we're grown, and that, I mean that plays a part of it too. Like we're adults now. Like, you know, if I'm gonna fight somebody, it's got to be a legit reason. Like I'm not just gonna be like, oh,
No,
I'm
no.
mad. Let me like.
We just understand better because, you know, technically we're adults since 21. And even then I was still scrapping. So
Yeah, but like, come on. You're really not an adult until like 25, 26, 27.
yeah.
Even like maybe 28, 29, 30.
That's like, yeah.
Like now.
Those are like your opportunities to be an adult.
But I said on the podcast not too long ago, it's like I had like my first moment of actually like, oh fuck, like I am an adult. Like I pay bills. I fucking go to work every day. Like I felt like I am an adult. Like
First moment, you didn't feel it when your check was shorter because you had to pay all this shit.
no, I fucking, oh my God.
I felt it when I had started to lose all my money.
No, I felt like a fucking, I'm not even a bum. I'm just like, oh my God, like fuck, this sucks. Because I mean, and it was, I guess, around that time, but like at that point, like I had enough money saved up that like, you know, I wasn't too stressed. Like obviously I was stressed about it, but like I knew I had a safety net behind me. Now I'm at that point where I'm trying, you know, I'm building it back up, you know, getting myself, you know, back financially and all that shit so I can, you know, pursue certain things again and all that. But, you know, it's just like, even now, like, yes, I know I'm an adult. I'm about to be 30, you know, all this shit. You know, I've been living life, you know, paying bills, you know, taking care of myself and all that. But like, it doesn't really click until like there's just like a moment. Like I still feel like I don't feel any, like mentally, I don't really feel any different than when I was like 15, 16. Obviously I've matured. Obviously I've grown up, but like my core, like my personality, things like that. Like I feel like I crack the same fucking corny ass lame jokes, like very like dad jokes, just fucking like
dad jokes for life.
For real, like the same shit, the same type of jokes that I would have made when I was fucking 16 years old.
It's funny.
I'll make them now, but yeah, like
matured in certain aspects, and other ones it's just like we don't need to.
Well, and that's the
we
thing.
We could still
like,
be fucking silly. We could still be kids, even if we're grown. Don't matter. We got a drink in our hand. I'm still gonna joke the same way. I got a blunt in my hand. I'm still gonna make the same fucking jokes.
I had a fucking blunt in my hand at 16 too. So
you know, and I was making the same jokes I'm making now.
But that's the thing too. Like for like people that, you know, kind of I've been trying to like guide or like trying to help out or whatever. Like the one thing I tell them is that like growing up and maturing doesn't mean you have to change who you are. It just means you have to kind of shift what your responsibilities are, shift what your focuses are.
How you respond to things.
Exactly. But you can still be your same goofy self. You can still have a good time. You can still have fun. You just got to make sure you take care of A, B, and C first before you go on to the next things. You got to just shift your responsibilities. But like, you know, like I just said, like I'm still goofy as fuck. I still like to joke around. I still like to keep things light, but I got to make sure that my bills are paid on time. I got to make sure that I can feed myself. I got to make sure I got a roof over my head, shit like that. But
yeah, I've met certain people that like, you know, I knew before and we were mad cool. We'd always like be fools and, you know, just say wild shit just to be funny.
Yeah.
And now I've talked to some of them and they'll act like a completely different person. I'm like, all right, I haven't talked to you in a few years, not a lot of years, but a few years, and you're just acting like you're a brand new person. I understand there's some like evolving into like getting older and growing up, but like I still got the same character, the same clown that I was when I was back then. Like same anger, just have it more under control. Like
I feel like people feel like they like
some of them I feel like just try to put on the front.
Exactly. Like that. This is what an adult should act like, or this is what I feel like an adult should be. So this is what I got.
Especially when they haven't talked to you in so long. But I'm like, it's okay to be
bro.
like.
I'm not gonna judge you.
Right?
Like,
We're the same. I mean,
unless you're doing some fucking wild shit, then I'm like, all right, maybe you should
change. Then they change. I'm saying about people who like can still be acting the same way that they were when we were in high school or middle school. Well, I guess more high school than middle school because that's a little more forgotten. But high school, like we knew pretty much everybody. Yeah. And I've met a couple of those people later in life, and they just try to act like a completely different person. And I'm like, I understand some changes, but don't act like we didn't have some type of past together as friends, and we could still just kind of be cool and not have to be weird about it because we're older. Like, relax. I mean,
we're at that age too. Like I said, I mean, we're all, all of us are coming into our own as adults, and we've had our first I guess if you want to put round numbers to it, we're getting close to that. Our first real like 10 years of like just being adults, living on our own, thing like that. So like, you start. Your perception on things might change, the way you look at certain things might change and shit like that. So, in that aspect, like I give people the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, no, I still give them the benefit of the doubt. Sometimes I'm just like, you don't have to be that uptight. You don't have to act like you're trying to prove something to me or somebody else. Like,
you don't have to act like the adult on TV. Like, just fucking be
like,
you.
Yo, we could still be in high school. Like, just for real. Was that not good times? Don't act like we have to act like different people because we're older, bro. We're more mature, 100%. We got more responsibilities, but how did so many people lose their character? That for me is what I'm realizing in a lot of people. It's like, I've noticed some people will do a whole 180, and I'm like, are you trying to be somebody else, or are you trying to find yourself, or did you lose yourself?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's all shit that can happen. I mean, that's the one thing that I've noticed that people don't realize that life comes at you fucking quick, and if you're not ready, if you're not expecting it, like that shit can fucking blindside you and put you on your fucking ass. You can't expect
it though. You can't. There's no expecting shit. I mean, life's going to happen. Not the way that you want it to. Sorry. Yeah. Maybe for some of it, but majority, no.
Yeah, it is more about how you fucking adapt and how you
respond.
How you roll with the punches. Oh, fuck. We just fucking... What was that fucking quote that Jacob wanted me to post on the fucking No Hangover page yesterday? It was, life is 10% what happens to you and 90% about how you react to it.
Boom. Good job, Jacoby.
Real shit. So if you follow the No Hangover page, you saw that quote yesterday, and
how did I not see that quote?
I don't know, but
I'm not on social media every single day.
Well, if I didn't have a fucking podcast, I probably would not be on Instagram or social media or none of that shit, honestly. But the podcast forces me to be on social media somewhat, and even then, I'm still bad at it. So. Oh, fuck.
I think social media, it at least is good for the fact that now it houses so much information. Even if it's fake or real, you have to know which ones to kind of like distinguish and do your own research on. But, it's informative. It's not just about like...
I mean, for as much shit as we talk about social media, like, it's not all bad. Like, there's definitely tons of it. I mean, like we were just talking about it before, like, business aspect of it. Like, it can help grow your business. It can help get you out there. It can help... help you find what your clientele base is going to be and all that shit. But, just like with everything else, I mean, in relationships and friendships and fucking life, there's good and bad. Everything. There's nothing that's one thing or the other that's perfect or like completely bad, completely good. None of like it is. Most things are a mix of good and bad. So, yeah, again, you kind of have to you have to learn how to roll with the punches, learn how to adapt to shit.
Yeah, like everything is black and white. If you can't see those two colors, I'm sorry. You need to.
Oh, shit. Well, we're about a minute 10 in. You got anything else you want to say before we sign off of this thing?
Yeah. Superman's the man.
Oh, yeah, no. Fuck you, Batman. Can they see him on there? Yeah, we got these two little
Yeah.
Funko Pops right here. Batman is the best superhero. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Even in the comic books, even in the movie Batman versus Superman, who wins? Batman.
Batman can never kill Superman though, so
He does.
Superman wins.
He does. He
Nope,
tells
he
him
doesn't kill him.
He doesn't kill him, but he does
If
tell
he
him.
can't kill
he beats
him-
the shit out of him and then tells him, I'm keeping you alive just so you know that I could fucking kill you if I wanted to, and then fucking leaves his ass. How fucking G is that?
And Superman could never think evil like that and kill him, but he could easily just flick Batman and snap him in half.
Exactly. He's too much of a fucking pussy. He has too much of a conscience.
Batman is kind of a pussy too. Obviously, if he can't kill Superman as bad as he wants to.
He doesn't want to. He's just trying to prove a point.
Why? Because he's so powerful and he thinks that he could take over.
Because it's a fucking.
If Superman gives Batman the opportunity to plan to kill him, 100% he can kill him. I give you that. I saw the comics and the movies. But if Superman decided, I don't want this bat in here anymore, he needs to get out of my house. All he has to do is backhand him one time and his head is going to fly clean off.
Well, he won't do it. He can't do it.
No, because he's Superman. He's a real hero.
Batman.
He's a vigilante.
Batman's a real hero. He fucking is a regular guy that fucking can beat the shit out of anybody.
He's beast. I'm not knocking him. Not once did I say Batman is shit. But his intentions are not Superman's. Superman is just number one. He's pure.
Bro, look at this background that I have.
He's not even from Earth. I've seen it. I've been looking at
That's
it.
fucking dope, isn't it? It's
It is
Batman,
dope.
by the way.
Bro, I like Batman.
Superman can never be that cool.
I'm even giving you some credit towards Batman, and you're like, fuck Superman.
Oh,
You
shit.
know he's a monster, so
Abner. Fucking brother.
always.
To 20 more years of friendship.
Facts.
We'll always be there for each other. Forever and ever.
Always.
And with that, that's episode 185 in the books. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Everybody love everybody. Deuces.
Deuce.
Deuce goose.